So, even though hindi na to covered sa third exam, um, ang didiscuss natin ay gagamitin pa rin natin yung concepts na diniscuss na natin before dun sa first order tsaka second order perturbation theory. At gagamitin natin yun dito sa concept ng fine structure ng hydrogen. Okay? So, sa fine structure ng hydrogen, to describe um, yung behavior ng hydrogen, we use the Hamiltonian, okay, which is equal to negative h bar squared over 2m del squared minus e squared over 4 pi epsilon naught 1 over r. Okay, and if you recall, this is the kinetic energy component, and this is the potential energy. So electrostatic potential energy. Okay, which means na ito yung interaction between the proton, the positive charge dun sa nucleus, at saka yung negative charge dun sa, well, yung negative charge na electron. Okay. Um, so, um, alam natin na hindi ito um, perfect in the sense na hindi niya na-replicate yung nangyayari sa experiments. Okay, so we have to do some refinements, and um, a lot of the refinements, or yung first na refinement actually is a correction to the motion of the nucleus. Okay, so basically, ang gagawin nyo lang is to replace M by the reduced mass. Okay, ang ibig sabihin nun, kasi if this is your positive charge, okay, ay, if this is your positive charge, okay, yan yung proton dun sa nucleus, at ito yung negative charge ninyo. Okay, ang ina-assume natin parating is umiikot yung electron around the nucleus at stationary tong nucleus o yung proton. But it's not really the case kasi um, yung masses nila, or dahil sa masses nila, mag-shift ng konti yung center of mass. Okay. So the center of mass will be somewhere here, very near to the proton. And dahil nag-shift yung center of mass, yan ang magiging axis of rotation. So actually, meron kang rotation around the nucleus, and yung nucleus mismo ay umiikot din around the axis of rotation. Okay, so, sorry, ang rotation electron is around the axis of rotation, and yung nucleus ay umiikot din around the axis of rotation. Okay, so both yung electron at saka yung proton ay umiikot na parang ganyan. Okay? So, to understand yung behavior na yan, we introduce yung concept ng reduced mass. Okay, so you can review yung concept na yan dun sa problem 5.5, 5.1. Okay. The next correction na gagawin is yung fine structure. At yun yung gagawin natin ngayong araw. Okay? So meron tong dalawang components. Isang relativistic correction at isa dahil sa spin-orbit coupling. Makikita natin na equivalent lang yung dalawang mechanisms na ito. Okay, at titignan natin yung interpretation ng equivalency nila. Okay, and yung next ay merong tinatawag na lamp shift. Okay, ito ay associated sa quantization ng Coulomb field. Okay, and an even more smaller na correction is what's called the hyperfine structure. Okay, ito naman ay dahil sa magnetic interaction between the dipole moments of the electron and the proton. Okay, so makikita nyo ang daming nangyayari even for just something as simple as a hydrogen atom. Okay, so in today's class, ang i-discuss natin ay yung fine structure ng hydrogen. Okay, tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, meron dalawang components, a relativistic correction and a spin orbit coupling. Okay, so we'll start with the relativistic correction. Okay, so to do this, I will begin with the expression for the kinetic energy. So alam natin, this is 1/2 mv squared, or in terms of momentum, this is p squared over 2m. And ginagawa natin to, or sinusulat natin to in terms of momentum because we can express momentum as a quantum mechanical parameter, okay, which is equal to h bar over I times del. Okay. So in this case, pwede natin isulat yung kinetic energy operator na equal sa h bar squared over 2m del squared. Okay. Okay. Sorry, medyo nadidistract ako sa volume ng headset. Sandali lang. Like ko lang. Hello? Hello? Okay. Tignan natin. Hello? Hmm. Okay, anyway. Sige. Try kong i-ignore yan. Ito yung classical expression. Okay, and from relativity theory, ang kinetic energy is written as mc squared over square root ng 1/2 or 1 minus v over c squared minus mc squared. Okay? So, ang tawag natin dito is the total relativistic energy. Relativistic energy. Okay, tapos, sorry, yung first term ang total relativistic energy kasi yan yung may gamma. Okay, which gamma is equal to 1 over square root ng 1 minus v over c squared. And then ito yung tinatawag natin na rest energy, okay, corresponding to yung rest mass. Okay. So, ang gagawin natin is i-rewrite natin yung kinetic energy in terms of yung momentum na P. So, ang relativistic momentum is given by P is equal to mv and then yung correction term, 1 minus v over c quantity squared. Okay. Mapapansin natin na if we do p squared, multiply that by c squared, we get m squared, v squared, c squared all over. So mawawala na yung square root b over c squared. And if we add m squared, c squared dito, ay, plus m squared, c squared, okay. And syempre, i-multiply natin yung 1 minus v over c squared. Okay, dyan, 1 minus v over c squared. Okay. So, ang makukuha natin dito ay m squared um, m squared, wait, nakalimutan ko yung c squared na yun. So, m squared c to the fourth. Okay, so m squared over m squared times c squared times 1 minus v over c squared. Okay. Now, um, kung mapapansin nyo, ito ay equal sa t plus mc squared. Okay, galing yan dito. Di ba? Pag nilipat natin yung mc squared sa kabila, tapos square natin yung buong term, okay, we end up with this expression. Okay. So again, this is c to the fourth. Okay. So yan. Okay. Galing dyan. Okay. So yung kinetic energy ngayon ay pwede nating i-express now in terms of yung momentum, okay, which is what we set out to do. Okay. So square root ng p squared, c squared plus m squared, c to the fourth, and then minus mc squared. Okay. So sa non-relativistic limit, syempre check natin for small velocities. Okay, what do we get? So, factor out natin yung m squared or mc squared dito. Wait, ito. Tanggalin natin yung mc squared dyan from the square root or m squared c to the fourth dun sa square root. Okay. What we end up with mc squared. Okay, and then p over mc, so square root ng 1 plus p over mc squared and then minus 1. Okay, so finactor out natin yung mc squared. Okay, then we do an expansion using Taylor series. So we end up with 1 plus 1 half p over mc squared minus 1/8 p over mc to the fourth plus. And then minus 1 sa dulong-dulo. Siyempre magka-cancel yung 1 na yan with this one. Okay, and this simplifies to p squared over 2m minus p to the fourth over 8m cubed c squared plus and so on and so forth. Okay, so if the velocity is very small or mv is very much less than mc, diba? mv is p, okay, then of course itong term na ito ay pwede nating i-neglect. So we end up with the classical expression for the kinetic energy. Okay, now we can think of this second term as the first order correction, okay, to the Hamiltonian. Okay, so ibig sabihin, pwede natin ito isulat as h prime sub r equals sa negative p to the fourth over 8n cubed c squared. Okay. So sa first order perturbation theory, we can get yung eigenvalue corresponding to the first order correction or to this perturbation, okay, which is equal to negative 1 over 8m cubed c squared. And yung operator dito ay yung p, yung momentum. Okay, so we write, okay, psi naught, if you recall, and then p to the fourth psi. Of course, yung p, yung momentum dito is Hermitian. Okay, so pwede natin kunin yung p squared at ilipat sa kabila. Ang ibig ko sabihin is 1 over 8m cubed c squared. So p squared psi, then we have p squared up p squared psi. Okay. Okay. So now we can just simply use an expression that we have learned before. Okay, so ang p squared psi ay equal lang sa 2m e minus v psi. Okay, so just in case tataka kayo kung saan galing yan, yung kinetic energy operating on the wave function ay equal lang sa, sorry, minus yung potential or plus yung potential times yung wave function ay equal dun sa eigenvalue times psi. Okay, and syempre pag nilipat natin sa kabila, then we have this, then yung 2m, aangat natin. Okay, so yan yung expression niya. So what we'll end up with is factor out na natin yung 2m. What we'll end up with is negative 1 over um, 2m c squared. Okay, sa dalawang 2m yan kasi may 2m ka rito, may 2m ka dyan. So actually ang lalabas dito ay 4m squared. Kaya dito sa ilalim, 2m c squared yun nakalagay. Okay. Then we are left with E minus V psi, okay, and then E minus V psi, okay, which is nothing but yung expectation value ng E minus V squared. Okay. So, pag in-expand natin yan, E squared minus 2E V plus V squared, okay, or negative 1 over 2mc squared. Okay, ang E is an eigenvalue, so wala siyang expectation value, or it's just its own expectation value. Okay, so 2E and then expectation value ng V plus expectation value ng V squared. Okay, and since we're talking about the hydrogen atom, alam natin na yung potential is given by this expression. Okay, this is again electrostatic potential, E squared, okay, times 1 over R. Okay, so essentially yung constant na yan, okay, well, pag pinasok natin yung expressions na yan dyan at saka dyan, yung constants ay ilalabas lang natin. Okay, and what will end up with our expectation values of 1 over R and expectation value ng 1 over R squared. So 2mc squared E squared. Okay, okay, so sa book, pinalitan niya na ng E sub n yan, okay, to indicate yung eigenvalues corresponding to the hydrogen atom. Okay, and plus 2e sub n, and then e squared over 4 pi epsilon naught, and then yung expectation value ng 1 over r, plus e squared over 4 pi epsilon naught squared, tapos yung expectation value ng 1 over r squared. Okay. Okay. So, yung expectation value ng 1 over r ay equal sa 1 over n squared a squared. So this is obtained from problem 6.11, and yung expectation value ng 1 over r squared is equal to 1 over L plus 1 half N cube A squared. And we can get this from problem 6.28. Okay, so itong dalawang problems na ito ay isa-solve natin in the next couple of meetings, or isa-send ko na lang sa inyo yung solution. Kasi 'di ba sa last week hindi tayo magmi-meet talaga. So essentially um, i-replace ko na lang yung meetings natin with the solutions, kung paano nakuha yung expectation value ng 1 over r tsaka expectation value ng 1 over r squared. Okay, in other words, solution sa problem 6.11 tsaka 6.28. Okay, so para matapos lang natin yung topics na kailangan natin din discuss para sa fourth exam. Okay. So, now we have yung ER prime equals to negative 1 over 2 MC squared. EN squared plus 2 EN E squared over 4 pi epsilon naught 1 over N squared A plus E squared over 4 pi epsilon naught squared 1 over L plus 1 half N cube A squared. Okay, questions? Okay, now we can simplify this further, okay, by using yung Bohr radius. Okay, second. Hindi ko na isulat yung expression for the Bohr radius. So, ang Bohr radius is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught h bar squared e squared and the m. Okay. And I'm going to write h bar over m c alpha. Okay. Now, ano yung alpha na yan? Okay. Yung alpha na yan ay hindi ko na-introduce kanina. Okay, so I should have introduced this. And it's equal to e squared over 4 pi epsilon naught h bar c, okay, which is approximately equal to 1 over 137.036. Or in most cases, sinusulat lang yan as 1 over 137. Okay, this is called the fine structure constant. And it's one of the most important na constants sa universe. Okay, so makikita nyo palati yung constants na yan pag nag-aaral kayo ng astronomy, quantum physics, okay, and so on and so forth. Yung mga ganyan topics. Okay. So yun yung ibig sabihin ng alpha dito. Okay. So again, pag ni-replace natin yung A na yan with the Bohr radius, okay, we will end up with negative En squared 2mc squared 4n over L plus 1 half minus 3. Okay. Okay. Iwan ko na sa inyo yung pag-derive in between steps kasi algebra lang naman yan. Okay. So we have this expression. Okay. Or na-obtain natin from yung relativistic na correction. Okay. Babalikan natin yan mamaya. Okay. So, yun yung first na treatment. Okay. Ang second na treatment ay yung sa spin orbit coupling. Okay, and to discuss yung spin orbit coupling, we start with yung Hamiltonian. Okay, and yung Hamiltonian is given by mu dot B. Okay, na kung saan yung mu ay yung magnetic moment. Okay, ang magnitude niyan, if you recall, is just IA. Okay, and yung B is the magnetic field. Okay, or since we're talking about the electron going around the proton, okay, so may magnetic field na napoproduce as the electron is going around the proton. Diba? At yung magnetic field niya is given by B equal to mu naught I over 2 pi, 2R, over 2R. Tapos, so that expression for B, no? Okay, now, kailangan natin makuha yung current. Okay. Yeah. Siguro mas makakatulong pag meron itong figure nito. Okay. So you have a magnetic field which is given by mu naught I over 2R. Okay, then ano yung current as a result of that electron? Okay, so of course yung current is defined as charge per unit time. And if we consider yung time as one period, okay, so oops, yung current dito ay equals sa charge, which is just a single electron, okay, divided by yung period of rotation niya. Okay? Tapos, yung area dito is just 2, sorry, pi r squared. Okay? Now, how do we get yung period? So, we use yung concept ng angular momentum. So, angular momentum is mv cross r. Okay, pero yung velocity is perpendicular dun sa r. So, mvr na lang yung pagkasulat natin dyan. Okay, and yung velocity is yung isang ikot, which is 2 pi r, divided by yung period. So, m times 2 pi r over yung period, and then times r. Okay, so equals to 2 pi m r squared over t. Okay. So now we can write yung period as, or ganyan na lang. Okay, so 1 over t, tapos dito may 1 over t ka rin. Okay, and if we put I there, A there, and yung B dyan, and we use yung expression for the period dito, okay, we end up with a Hamiltonian or an expression for the magnetic field. Actually, magnetic field ang tinitignan natin. So, actually, papasok natin at yung I dito. Okay, and yung period, of course, dyan. So, yung magnetic field natin ngayon will be given by 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught E over mc squared r cube times yung angular momentum. And all of these are vector quantities. So, kung mapapansin nyo, biglang nasingit yung C dyan. We simply use this expression 1 over square root ng mu naught times epsilon naught. Pero pinili natin yung E naught, epsilon naught. Okay, at tinanggal natin yung mu naught. Okay? So we relate B with L. Okay. Okay. Now let's solve for the dipole moment or mu. Okay. So yung B na yan, gagamitin natin yan dito mamaya. Next is mu. Okay, so how do we solve for mu? Okay, so mu is equal to, sabi natin, I times A. Okay, and yung yung mu dito is E over pi r squared. Okay. Sorry. Mu over yung period kasi yan yung current. And then, i-multiply natin ito ng pi r squared kasi yan yung area. Okay, so current times area. Okay, we also know na merong spin angular momentum. Okay, tatawagin natin yung S. Okay, at yung spin angular momentum is nothing but, well, pareho lang dun sa L kung tutuusin. So you have 2 pi r over t for the velocity. Then you have m, and then you have r. So we have 2 pi m r squared over t. And if you get the ratio of mu over yung s, we get E over 2m. So this will give us mu equals to E over 2m times S. And we can generalize this by writing this as a vector quantity. Okay. Now, this is not exactly correct. It turns out na may extra factor for the electron. Okay. For the electron, ang correct term, so, okay, ang correct term is E over M times S. So may factor of 2 na hindi na factor in dito sa expression na ito. Okay, and there should be negative sign. Okay. So, yan ngayon yung ipapasok natin dito. And then we can get the Hamiltonian. So yung Hamiltonian ay equal sa E squared over 4 pi epsilon naught 1 over m squared c squared r cubed s dot L. Okay. 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 Now, nung dinerive itong expression na ito, okay, dinerive siya in such a way na ina-assume natin na yung electron ay um, nasa inertial system. Okay. But it's not in that type of system. Kasi nag-accelerate yung electron. Umiikot siya. Nagbabago siya ng direction. So, meron ding correction na introduced dito, which is called the Thomas precession. Okay. Basically, ang correction dito is just adding a factor of 1/2. So, magiging 8 pi epsilon dyan. Okay, over 1 over m squared c squared r cubed, then s dot L. Okay. Itong mga corrections na in-introduce natin, okay, we're not going to derive this, okay, here in quantum physics kasi yung factor of 2 dun sa magnetic moment kanina, okay, ay relativity theory, and itong Thomas precession is also from relativity theory. So, if you did not discuss it sa 162, you're probably going to discuss this sa graduate physics. Okay? Now, ang tawag natin dito ngayon is a spin-orbit interaction. Okay, kaya SO yung subscript dyan. Excuse. Okay, and as a spin-orbit interaction or sa spin-orbit coupling, um, yung angular momentum nila, okay, ay pwede natin makuha by adding yung orbital angular momentum with the spin angular momentum. Okay. If we get yung magnitude nito, we have L plus S dot L plus S, okay, or L squared plus S squared plus 2 L dot S. Okay, which means na ang L dot S ay equals sa 1/2 J squared minus L squared minus S squared. Okay, and yung corresponding na eigenvalues nito, okay, is the sum of the individual eigenvalues ng L squared at saka ng S squared. Okay, so this will be written as H bar squared J plus 1 minus L plus 1 minus S times S plus 1. Okay. So for an electron, yung spin is of course 1/2 electron. Okay. And in that case, pwede natin siyang ipasok dun sa expression. So dito. Okay. Tapos, ano pang kailangan natin i-solve? Okay. So remember, ang expression for this is HSO prime psi para makuha yung first order correction. Okay. So we're actually looking at taking the expectation value of R 1 over R cubed. Okay. And yung expectation value ng 1 over R cubed is problem 6.30. Okay. So, isa din to sa mga problems na yung solutions ay ipapadala ko rin sa inyo. Okay. So, okay. Knowing all of those, we get ESO. So, dapat SO pala to. Spin orbit ay equal sa HSO prime equals sa E squared over 8 pi epsilon naught. 1 over m squared E squared. H bar squared over 2. And then J plus 1 minus L plus 1 minus 3/4 kasi pinilitan natin yung S ng 1/2 divided by L times L plus 1/2 L plus 1 N cube over A cube. Okay, sandali. Hindi ko pala nasulat yung expectation value ng 1 over R cube dito. And it's just 1 over L times L plus 1/2 L plus 1 N cube A cube. Okay. 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 So ito yung sa spin orbit coupling. Okay, and then earlier, i-derive yung sa relativistic term. Okay. So pag pinag-add natin ito, okay, at yan will end up with this expression. Okay, so E prime Fs is equal to En squared over 2mc squared, 3 minus 4n over j plus 1 half. Okay. Kung saan yung En ay equal sa, wait, negative me m negative over 2 e squared over 4 pi epsilon naught squared, 1 over h squared, h bar c squared, and then 1 over n squared. Okay. Okay, so yun yung paraan para mas simplify nyo itong mga constants na nasa harap. Okay. So, yung Fs dito stands for fine structure. Okay. And yung E, papansin nyo na yung fine structure na eigenvalues ay dependent lang sa, oops, quantum number na n, tsaka quantum number na j. Okay, so yung E sub nj ay equal ngayon sa negative 13.6 electron volts. Okay, kasi this is negative 13.6 electron volts over n squared, okay, divided by the n squared, okay, 1 plus alpha squared over n squared. Okay, n over j plus 1 half minus 3 fourths. Okay, so yan na yung eigenvalues for the fine structure constant. Okay. So, ang magiging itsura nito, you will get by replacing n, of course, by 1, 2, 3, 4, kasi yan ay principal quantum numbers. And then yung j, you replace it by 1 half, 3 halves, 5 halves, 7 halves, depende kung anong principal quantum number yung pinag-uusapan natin dito. Okay, and hindi siya dependent dun sa orbital angular momentum na quantum number. Okay. Ang magiging itsura niyan, it will be something like this. Okay, so for n equals 1, you have a single value for j, which is j equals 1 half. Okay, for n equals 2, you have two energy fine structures. Okay, yung j equals 1 half, tsaka j equals 3 halves. Okay, for L equals 0, isa lang. Okay, so yan, L equals 0 yan. For L equals 1, dalawa. For L equals 2, dalawa, and then dalawa. Okay, and then you have these fine structures. Okay, and then nagko-correspond lang yun dyan. Okay. Kung natataka kayo kung saan galing yung mga linya na yan. Okay, so ganyan lang siya. Okay, saan galing itong fine structure na to? It's the interaction between the spin angular momentum, and the orbital angular momentum. Okay. Okay. Any questions? Okay. So, wala nang questions. Kung wala nang questions, actually, yun na yung lesson natin for today. Ang next meeting ay yung Zeeman effect. And then we are going to meet face-to-face sa Wednesday next week. And then Friday next week will also be face-to-face. At ang details naman natin doon ay hyperfine splitting. And that will be the coverage for the fourth exam. The week after that, hindi tayo magmi-meet, pero magpapadala ako ng solutions sa mga select na problems. Okay, covering itong mga topics na ito. Okay, so if there are no more questions, okay, then about the lesson, okay, maybe we can proceed sa questions sa exam, conduct na exam.